The Galactic Council's elite warrior squad, the Void Striders, had never known failure. Their reputation preceded them across 12 star systems as the most skilled space combat unit ever assembled. Commander Xalos stood at the observation deck of the Nebula Talon *, watching as his troops prepared for what should have been a routine boarding operation. "Target vessel is maintaining position, Commander," reported Lieutenant Trev. "Human transport ship Dauntless continues to ignore hailing frequencies." Xalos nodded. Humans. They had only joined the galactic community 8 standard cycles ago, and already they were proving problematic. The Council classified Earth as a Class 9 death world, a planet so hostile that it was remarkable any intelligent species had evolved there at all. High gravity, extreme temperature variations, toxic oxygen atmosphere, and aggressive fauna. The resulting humans were biological marvels, but primitive in space combat tactics. Or so everyone believed. "Deploy the boarding teams," Xalos ordered. "Standard vacuum protocols." The operation was simple. Disable the human vessel's engines, already accomplished, surround it with superior numbers, and board to capture their illegal cargo. Experimental weapons technology that violated Council treaties. Humans needed to learn their place in the galactic hierarchy. 30 elite Void Striders moved through the void between vessels in their exquisite battle armor. Each suit was a technological marvel, compensating for the vacuum of space with automated stabilizers, temperature regulators, and impact cushioning. Training for vacuum combat required years of preparation. The psychological toll of space exposure was significant even for the most hardened warriors. Movement detected on the human vessel's hull, Trev announced suddenly. They're coming out. Xalos stepped closer to the tactical display. Impossible? Their ship has no external airlocks in that section. Yet the sensors didn't lie. The hull of the Dauntless had been breached from within. Crude, improvised hatches were being pushed open from the inside. "Magnify," Xalos ordered, disbelief evident in his voice. The display zoomed in, and what Xalos saw caused his primary heart to stutter. Humans were emerging onto the hull of their vessel, but not in proper vacuum suits. They wore what appeared to be primitive pressure suits with external oxygen tanks strapped to their backs. Some had clear bubbles around their heads that looked almost comically fragile. Those aren't military-grade vacuum suits," Trev whispered. "They're using industrial equipment, maintenance gear." More horrifying still was how the humans moved. Where the Void Striders carefully navigated with controlled bursts from their stabilizers, the humans pushed off with their legs, sailing through open space with casual disregard for the void. Some carried what looked like handheld welding tools, others simple magnetic clamps. They cut through their own hull, one of the bridge officers noted in horror, from the inside. Xalos watched as one human miscalculated a jump, tumbling into a spin that would have sent any of his warriors into a panic. Yet the humans simply laughed. The communication channels picked up the sound and used a small handheld thruster to correct course. The Void Striders had frozen in formation, their disciplined advance halted by the incomprehensible sight. Xalos couldn't blame them. Everything about human behavior violated established protocols for vacuum operations. A human voice crackled over the comm channel. "Hey, big ship. Captain Tom from the Dauntless here. Noticed you fellows were coming to visit, so we thought we'd save you the trouble and meet you halfway." The casual tone was as shocking as their actions. The humans continued their approach, pushing off from each other when they needed course corrections, using their bodies like living spacecraft. "Sir," Trev's voice had risen an octave, "they're approaching our boarding team. What are your orders?" But Xalos couldn't formulate an appropriate response. His military training had no protocols for this scenario. One particularly large human sailed directly toward the lead Void Strider, a woman with what appeared to be climbing equipment attached to her suit. She collided with the warrior's armor, latched on with magnetic clamps, and peered through his visor with a broad smile. "Nice suit," her voice came through the shared channel. "Looks expensive. Ours are just modified mining gear from Jupiter's moons. Gets the job done, though." The Void Strider, a decorated veteran of 17 space battles, was trembling visibly in his armor. Sir, Shrev's voice was urgent now. The humans are. They're all over our boarding team. Not attacking, just examining them. What do we do? The tactical display showed the impossible scene clearly. Humans swarming around his elite warriors like curious children, touching their armor, occasionally spinning off into space only to propel themselves back with precise bursts from handheld thrusters. Salas made the only decision he could. Recall all troops, immediately. Sir? Shrev questioned. The mission is aborted, Salas said firmly, and update our report to the Council. Upgrade humans from primitive space combatants to. He struggled to find the appropriate classification as he watched a human perform what appeared to be a somersault in vacuum, purely for amusement. Sir. Classify them as environmentally transcendent. Salas finally decided, and recommend immediate diplomatic engagement rather than enforcement actions. As the Void Striders retreated, visibly shaken, Captain Tom's voice came through one final time. Next time, just call ahead. My crew loves showing off our spacewalking techniques. We could teach your folks some shortcuts. Those fancy suits are overkill for basic vacuum work. Salos silently vowed there would not be a next time. Some lessons about Death World species needed only be learned once.